If you're one of 500 million people that have played Pokemon Go, you were actually training delivery robots. So I'll give you a second to process that. You thought you were playing, but you were getting played. MIT Technology Review just reported that Niantic, which is the company behind Pokemon Go, fed 30 billion images from their players into an AI system that now guides autonomous robots through city streets. The system just went live. 1,000 suitcase-sized robots called Coco. They're hurtling through Miami, Helsinki, LA, Chicago. If you've seen them around, they kind of look like Wall-E from the movie, the robot. Creepy little suckers. You kind of want to stomp them out, actually. They're carrying pizza and groceries. They have actually pretty unparalleled precision, which we'll talk about. If you played Pokemon Go, they have you to thank for that. Here's what Niantic actually built. So in the game, Pokestops and gyms, they were not chosen at random. They were real-world landmarks, murals, statues, churches, storefronts. Niantic turned 1 million real locations into pilgrimage sites, and every time some player showed up to battle or spin a stop, they were asked to scan the area with their phone. Niantic didn't just get one image of a building that way, they got tens of thousands. Same location, with different angles, different times of day, different weather. Incredible data set, in retrospect. Each scan wasn't just tagged with the image itself, it had GPS data, coordinates, camera angles, walking speed, direction, even the way that the phone was tilted. We were just giving this to them for free. Enough data to train a model that needs to know exactly where it is just by looking around. In a comment, Niantic CEO said it pretty clearly that getting Pikachu to realistically run around, getting a robot to safely move through the world is actually kind of the same problem. So Coco, just like a new kind of Pikachu that's carrying your dinner. Here's the part that nobody expected, not even Niantic. So the original plan was to build AR glasses, but the glasses never came, so they pivoted. Niantic CTO addressed this, saying everyone thought AR was the future, but then robots became the audience. So the data wasn't really for us to enjoy, but for the robots themselves to consume. So why are they using this for robots? Because if you've ever use GPS in a city, it doesn't really work precisely. It bounces off of buildings and overpass, can drift 50 meters in the wrong direction. If you've ever seen your location pinpoint kind of drifting into the water when you're not actually in the water, but you're along the highway, it's fine if you're walking, but it's a disaster if you're a robot trying to find someone's precise door. Niantic's system doesn't need satellites, it just looks at the buildings and knows exactly where it is because of its dedicated, unwitting workforce. It doesn't stop there. So as Coco's robots roll through different cities, 4 cameras at hip height pointing in every direction, little antenna, they're feeding new images back into the system in real time, so the map is updating. It's learning, and Niantic calls it a living map. Their stated goal is going beyond navigation into useful descriptions of the world for machines to comprehend. The entire world becomes a data set. Every object is tagged, property logged, a complete machine-readable replica of your physical reality. If this sounds familiar, it kind of reminds me of CAPTCHA. The article notes this. Every time you click on a traffic light and crosswalk to prove you're human, which I'm kind of eerily bad at, you are labeling training data. They're using that for self-driving cars. So you're not the user, you're the worker. As they say in Severance, the work is strange and mysterious. 700 million people installed Pokemon Go in 60 days. They thought they were playing a game. But if you've ever read Ender's Game, I think it's also a movie. It's kind of like that. It was not a game. It was very real. Doing free labor for a robotics infrastructure that didn't exist yet. Every church, every mural, every storefront you scanned to catch them all actually caught them all for the delivery robots. That was work you were doing so that one day a little robot could trundle along the street, find your door without getting lost. It's like that quote, if you're not paying for it, you're not the customer, you're the product. And the robots thank you for your work.